Hello folks, we are back from where we stopped last time. We are playing with an Inquisitor witch character. She was an Inquisitor, she decided to become witch, she joined Canticum Noctem, and it would probably be interesting to play the reverse character, a witch, that became an Inquisitor and joined the Order of Light, and see how our experience would be different. So maybe we can do that in the next future video. But in the meantime, let's resume our playthrough and see how it will go. So let's start with I will show you what ritual does. So we got it in the previous episode as a perk, chanting, and we haven't got to use it yet, so let's use it. So the obvious move here is to add the damage here and multicast it 3 times. Not bad at all. But you can add any synergy here that you like. You could add the defend damage, for example, of the channel ether. So let's use this damage 3 to our channel ether. It becomes 4 to 8 astral. And as we said before, when you add the damage, you get your affinity bonus, you get the guard level, and every other bonus this effect you are adding is entitled to get. And now we can use chant and get 3 times the defend, and also deal damage to everyone. And we can now multicast our Scourge, and with the grace we have, it will also give vulnerable and deal more damage. We also bewitched one of them. Let's attack with a Void Warrior. And here is Jesse, our lieutenant. Let's replace the Gloomy Poet with here. Okay, so as we said, Jessie has this Feel the Pain ability, and also she has Talk, which is one of the most important lieutenant functionalities. So you can go on missions and gain some extra XP. You can use the spar and the guard option to spar with your lieutenant. So we lost 4 action points, we gained 5 XP, we used spar with lieutenant. They lose 2 hit points and they gained 4 XP. So I lose 2 hit points, they lose 2 hit points, they gain 4 XP. And guard will gain 2 XP, we will lose 6 action points, and we also use Allies Rest. And Allies Rest, all our allies heal 4 hit points. And these Spar and Allies Rest are actually cards, and you can look them up here. Spar. So this is the Spar card that is played, and it can level up eventually. You notice that it gained 1 XP for 1 casting, and once it grows, it means that I will lose 5 hit points, they will lose 5 hit points, and they will gain 7 XP. And also Allies Rest, you can look that up too, is this card. Can become allies hit points become 10, so pretty powerful stuff. And we can also prepare for a mission. So let's do the scout nearby camp. We lose 4 action points, we gain 16 farthings and 2 XP. And we can also get a card. So let's add the Will-O-Wisp to our deck and continue. Open the chest, add this to stars, frozen axe, I don't plan to use it, but 3-tier equipment will be fetching me good money in the town. And I can use my ally again to talk and spar and again heal my allies, so gain some extra XP. And you might think, awesome, so I will over-level and crush everyone in my path. Well, if you over-level, if I was level 20 right now, then I might encounter level 20 enemies on my way to the boss. And I would be fighting them with these toy cards that aren't meant for level 20 enemies. So keep that in mind as you are grinding for more experience. You don't need more than what you will get to reach the boss to defeat that boss. It's more than enough. So grind or not grind at your own discretion. Whisper. If it's night, we get Empower 2. In any case, we inflict vulnerable and control an enemy with power 13 or less. That's pretty cool. Deck. Let's see how it works. Let's visit the town. Okay, so you can see that your organization comes with some pretty powerful cards, like Night Firebolt, which is very good if it's night, not so good if it's day. Astral Spear again gains an extra bonus when it's day, but what I want to do now is sell some stuff. I will keep this just in case. And get some allies. So Eager Acolyte is a human witch. It can craft Hecate's Mark, which reactivates an ally, and at the final evolution also gives synergy damage. Eager Acolyte is a nice witch to have, as is the Initiate. The Initiate, upon dying, crafts a rule of 3, which, if you notice, doesn't do much. You lose 3 hit points, and there is a triple chance, but there is no damage to multiply 3 times, so you have to bring in the damage source, you have to synergize damage here, and then it will benefit from this amazing triple modifier, the rule of 3. And if this card unravels, you lose 1 hit point and deal 3 damage to every enemy in the battlefield. That's normal damage and they can resist, so it's less impressive than it sounds. Okay, so yes, we will get an Initiate. Look again. So as you can see, the prices fluctuate, but the time also advances. So you might get another initiate for what you can afford. Yes, we did. Or you might haven't, so that's a risk. Okay, we are totally broke and we can move on. Time Rift. Discard 1, restore 4 action points and quick draw your equipment. That's both your main and your offhand. Yes, so we will add this to our deck. Because this is our offhand. And all this time I could be using my lieutenant to grind. We don't have any grace. Let's use Feel the Pain. Just kill him. Discard this one. Let's use ritual. We can chant right away. We don't have any grace yet. And we can kill him like so. Okay, so let's study the grimoire. Incognito is pretty good. It has an amplified piercing. We can add this to our stats. And what happened if you use Unclad on Unclad? Let's find out. You will multicast this. And since when you will also expend these synergies right here. When you multicast, synergy multicast is ignored. That's something to know. So it's not a very good idea. But you can also multicast your ally abilities. So you could produce 2 Feel the Pain and also bewitch the 2 enemies. See? This ability becomes multicast 2, choose Feel the Pain or talk and bewitch 2. No, you choose one Feel the Pain, but you did the bewitch 2 actually. Let's now switch these guys up. Okay, attack. Okay, you will notice that when I'm damaging the bleeding enemy, a venom stack is applied. That's I messed up with festering update. So now festering, it used to deal intense damage if the enemy was bleeding. And now if the enemy is bleeding, it will deal intense damage but also apply a venom stack. And this is supposed to happen only in the festering effect, but apparently some developer, we won't say who, messed up and it applies to every enemy that is bleeding. So after I finish this video, I will be fixing that. Okay, let's continue. We are in boss stage 3 out of 6 and we have Grim. So Grim is level 7. Let's get Empower. And now our potential is 6, we still can't affect Grim. But it's 9, nice. So we can use Whisper. We will gain Empower 2. And then we will have a potential of 7. So we can inflict vulnerable to Grim and maybe even control here. No. Grim is too powerful to control. Okay. But now we have a potential of 7. So now we have 6 again. Okay. None of them can be bewitched. So Grim will transform. Or she's not a werewolf. No, she's an elf Elosar. Let's play Astral Surge. We will deal 7 to 14 astral damage to 2 enemies, but after we kill Grim. So we'll do it to these 2 enemies. He took all the damage and we can use Time Rift. Kill him with the Initiate. Okay, so we are to stage 4 now. And perhaps we can now adjust our deck a bit. Let's empty. Let's go to split view, open filters and show the class cards. 3 Unclad, 3 Ritual, 3 Effigies, 3 Channel Ether, 3 Astral Ash, 3 Astral Missiles. Organization, Astral Search, 2 Witches, Call of the Night, Whisper. And class and racial, it's our Inquisitor class. So no, I won't use anything, and my deck now is I pressed D and Q. This one. So we went full wits, and what we need to do now is increase our summon limit. It's still night. Let's mark this ally as the one that will go away. We got a nymph seductress of our own. And the rule of 3, so let's synergize some damage to it. Let's play Channel Ether. And now this 5 to 10 damage is 100% triple. So 15 to 30. Let's use it here. Let's go to 21. Resist it to Astral. Okay. We don't have grace. Let's use Feel the Pain. This envenom shouldn't be here. So let's end our turn. Just attack. Okay, continue. We can add one more Time Rift to our deck. None of them is wicked, but we can still bewitch them. I can also multicast my Astral Missiles. I can also bewitch him. Only one witch got exhausted, so I got Fatigue 1, Empower 1 and an additional Defend 2. Let's sound. Attack. Effigy. Astral Missile. So Time Rift and this offhand we have is pretty cool. So we can borrow some pumpkins from the witch and continue. Again they have merge. It will give me Empower 3. Synergy Power, Synergy Lifespan, and craft this guy here, the Scarecrow, which I can now play and come into play Empowered. He also has a Ward Evil ability, but I will no one is immune to vulnerable. Let's use that unfortunately ignores synergies, otherwise would be nice. Let's use Feel the Pain. Bring our Initiate. Now if you want, you can trigger your ally demise ability anytime you want by dragging them here to the ghost, and this will unsummon them like so. So they die, the ghost eats them, and you get their demise ability triggered. So let's add this here. And multicast Feel the Pain. We can trigger it like so. Again, this Venom stack shouldn't be here. So it's daytimes. We can't use Call of the Night. Let's discard it for now. Let's use Astral Surge. Let's use Feel the Pain. Foresight. Feel the Pain. Astral Loss. And end my turn. Okay, so let's talk. We can spar, we can guard, and we can prepare for a mission. So let's try to infiltrate a nearby camp. We got 51 farthings and 4 experience. And also an encounter. And as you can see now, enemies can also match our level. And that would happen even if we weren't on stage 4. Okay, let's use this Dreamcatcher. Put the living in the front. Use Foresight. Okay, so thankfully these guys here are wicked. And we have this nice. Now it doesn't matter the order here. The first 2 witches will be found and get exhausted automatically. So if you don't want one to get exhausted, then you have to exhaust it yourself, get their ability or attack or whatever. Okay, so let's destroy this skeleton. We couldn't. Because destroy checks for hit points, control checks for power. Okay, that's That was a noob mistake. Let's use Astral Missile to kill him. I can't draw that. Okay. Let's get a ritual. And I can just use it. So let's talk. Spar card, and that's all for now. Now this filter of dream walking is pretty nice. Anything that gives you fatigue -1 is pretty nice. You remember that we have this no, we don't have an equipment for that. So since we are here, let's grab a few perks. It will be interesting one day to show you the minor arcana and the arcana path, but I think it's too much for a single video, which can be pretty versatile. Okay, I will get for starters the Apprentice Summoner. We will need the summon limit boost. And I will search here for summon limit to see what else can raise this limit for me, and it's leadership. It's also the Noctem Acolyte perk, the alchemy path, the occult path, so many options. You can reach with this character to the max limit. What else we have? Witchcraft Traditions and Canticum Noctem. Night Song. Okay, so we will be getting the Noctem Neophyte next. In the meantime, let's boost our let's bring our resilience to 12. Now we have 34 health. So stas and inventory. Ritual. I will add the intense damage. Let's get this. Restore. Unfortunately it's daytime, but we can still control an enemy and control goes and checks for power, as we said. So we can remove one of them immediately from combat. I will let it unravel. We will lose 1 hit point. I got the AOE Astral, but they are resistant. And continue. So these nodes are excellent opportunities to get more perk points and get the perks you couldn't because you lacked those perk points. But since we are in a time frame here. I'm skipping these notes for this reason. Night of the Witches. Reaction ignores synergies, Coven 2. Synergy multicast and replicate. But if it's night, so it's 2, it's still daytime, we can add it to our deck, and if we get it during night, cool. If not, can always discard it. Let's multicast our Effigy of Pain. We have Grace. So we haven't yet attacked with our lieutenant, and her ability is to increase her power, so let's see that in action. We attack, she healed 4, well, they didn't fight back anyway. And now her power is 6 to 12, she also got a level, that's why. Otherwise it would have increased by 1. Let's build up some defend. Put you in the back. So that was the rule of 3. Keep in mind that it also, you pay life for this ability, so you won't die accidentally. And now we can have 4 allies. Let's multicast our initiates. Jesse can attack this guy. Her power increased to 13. Let's add this on rule of 3. So none of them is wicked, but we could multicast. We can bewitch this one. Level up. Rule of 3. Remember, rule of 3 will deal triple damage, and this is awesome. And now I don't mind about getting fatigue. Still daytime. So let's talk, spar a bit, and also rest. So we are level 5, and we are still at stage 4. Now we will start meeting level 5 enemies, and we got this extra XP for our from our interactions with our lieutenant, but keep that in check, and don't grind too much, because it might have the opposite result of what you are going for. Okay, let's get the neophyte perk. And I will also get Coven traditions, which will give me the Coven Initiate and the Moon Dance, which crafts this Coven Initiate. Okay, let's check our deck. So I will remove this card since we haven't got it yet anyway. Remove one ritual, remove one effigy, Call of the Night, and bind. And now we can use the F to toggle the filters pane and add not in deck. And add 3 Moon Dance to our deck. Remember that we need to expend grace. So let's show deck and grace. This is our only grace source, so might not be such a good idea. Perhaps I can go with the Coven Initiates directly, like so. Study the Grimoire, Witchcraft Ritual. So if it's night, we can get a multicast 3. Certainly something is missing. The stuff you will add with spell components, that is. So let's add this mysterious card in our deck and continue. Okay, it's sunset. So I think sunset qualifies as night, but in any case we don't have something to weaken them, so I can control this one only. No, it still didn't count as night yet. I think it starts from the next clock. Date and after. Let's get this. Feel the pain. And conjure a spell blade. And we can have 4 witches down now. Synergy damage, I will add it in rule of 3. Feel the pain. Arachne. Okay, Arachne is wicked. So bind can be useful if we drop here, but she's like shielded or whatever. We can also, it's dusk, so now it's night. She's 9. My potential is 7. So this will become a potential of 9. I might be able to bewitch here with this whisper. Okay, so now I have empower. And it won't drop below 2, so let's use unclad here. This has a potential of 9. Bingo, bewitched. Let's have her kill herself. Okay, now I can finish her off, I think. Let's kill this one to get a rule of 3. Can also attack with my Coven Acolyte. Okay, maybe not so much. Okay, so this is a great example of how bind could save the day. Let's play this and stuff. Okay, we died. That was nice. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this run. It was lost by stupidity, but I hope it's a valuable lesson to get from that. I will be seeing you next time. Have a nice night.